recording.
Not the usual cat sharing the cheerio. Oh, maybe. It's okay, Monica. I know, you haven't been getting as much. Hey, that's not nice. She's a bit greedy on this, isn't she?
Yeah.
Yes.
She doesn't get it every day.
I think I would like to give the rest of this to Stacey. Stacey? Stacey? This is for you. So, you've had most of this. Okay, some of it spilled on the ground. This is ridiculous. Just ridiculous. This is for soon. I can't even do him because he won't get in. There you go. That's as much as I'm getting out of that. This is ridiculous.
Okay, I'll stop now.
Okay. Cats. They're so weird sometimes. Anyway, good kitten internet. You've got to see 3 of the kitties that live here. Still having problems with burping. I'm actually sick today. I ended up working half of a day. The second half of the day, I felt better than this morning. That's for damn sure. So something I wanted to talk about, because this is not one of my 50 bajillion illnesses that I seem to have. This is a little more normal. Maybe I should zoom one? For some reason, maybe I'm just not sitting up as tall as normal. Yeah, anyway. So I woke up this morning at like 4:30, 4:45, something like that. Incredibly nauseated and in a lot of stomach pain. I have had stomach problems for pretty close to my entire life. So I first remember having them when I was 8. I walked to school at that point. I lived not that far away from school, I would say less than a dozen blocks. And I have a kitty next to me. Let's see. Kitty next to me on the sheepskin. There we go. There. Just have to angle my tripod. Also, I'm going to lower this tripod. There, that's a little better. So, I remember when I had just turned 8, and I was living in Florida, walking to school, but the entrance to school that I would enter by was right by where they had the large refuse bins for like waste food and stuff like that. This would have been pre-recycling program in Florida. This was a long time ago. Anyway, in the Florida sun with food rotting in a bin, the smell was absolutely horrible. I could not deal with it. And what would happen is that nearly every morning I would throw up, either shortly after I got to school or on the way to school or something. It would always happen. I would always vomit. I have a very sensitive nose. I still have a very sensitive nose, which is surprising given that both my parents were smokers and smokers indoors at that. The fact that I could smell anything at all was downright incredible. But the smell of rotting garbage in particular is one that I have a very low tolerance for. And basically what would end up happening is that I would start coughing and gagging. And I have a very quick gag reflex. The moment I start gagging at the time, I would vomit very shortly afterwards. It was always cough, 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 gag, vomit. It was an easily predictable pattern. What ended up happening is that my mom basically taught me meditation to try and stop myself from vomiting. And it worked a lot better than she expected it to. I know she told me that after the fact, that she was amazed that it even worked. But, yeah, so I started trying to control my nausea a bit. And over the years, especially after teenage years, I've been able to control it better and better. Where at this point, it's been 7 or 8 years since I last vomited? Something like that. It's been a long time, anyway. That doesn't mean I'm not nauseated, however, and am I nauseated? So my normal state of being is generally marginally nauseated. I will feel a little queasy at, again, the slightest of smells. Especially bad are litter box smells. I have, back when I first got Isin Zone, and after Kater had left, when I started trying to clean litter boxes on my own, I would throw up, usually multiple times a week. Paw in the air, Zone is cleaning himself. You know, that standard cat thing. Hi, Isin, you want to join us? So I started trying to figure out ways of not vomiting by cleaning up litter boxes. Eventually I got used to it. No Zone. Eventually I ended up getting used to the smell a bit, and I was still horribly nauseated, and when I'm nauseated and don't throw up, there are other effects that happen instead. And that's what I was dealing with this morning. One interesting thing to note, though, is that when I'm nauseated, my body temperature drops. It is a relatively sudden drop, and if I am nauseated enough, I will start getting chills. Getting chills is usually a sign for me, assuming that I don't have any other reason to have chills, like a fever or anything like that. It's a sign to me that I am going to throw up in the next 5 to 10 minutes. And up until very recently, that has been the case. I figured out that if I jump into a hot shower at that point, even though I am chilled, I will start to feel better a little bit over time once I get through those chills, assuming I warm my body up. Which is weird, because if my body temperature is dropping because I'm nauseated, why does increasing my body temperature stop me from being nauseated? Wouldn't that mean that the reason why I'm nauseated is my body temperature dropping instead of the other way around? I don't get it. My nausea this morning seemed to have ended at about 1 to 2, no, probably closer to 2 p.m. Or mostly ended. I'm still actually somewhat nauseous, but nowhere near as bad as even this afternoon, never mind this morning. I felt comfortable enough to be able to eat a meal, so got that going for me, which is nice. Otherwise, yeah, have you ever heard of the whole body temperature dropping equals about to throw up thing? Because to my knowledge, I am the only person that does that. Like, I don't even think other members of my family do that. Anyway, well, short video other than the large amount of cat section at the start. I'll talk to you tomorrow, Internet, where tomorrow is 13th anniversary of my father's death. Woo. See ya.